How long you think it was gonna take before we got here? Now you gotta prove yourself all over again. Come on.
Ain't nobody coming, I've been gunning from 100 yards, trying to hit my mark, missing every time. This will be the start of the picture perfect. Watch you.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Charles.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. I know you're hot there. It's a little bit cooler here today, so that's great.
Yeah, it's getting up there. It's going to be 90 today. It's almost there.
Oh boy. Well, we're going to be doing Horseshoe Indianapolis today, and it's a big field today. Well, race a lot of races. There's 12 races.
A lot of races.
Yeah. So I guess we better just get started. So let's start with the first race. And
all right. We got it all ready to rock and roll.
There we go.
Okay. We got first race. We have 1 mile and 70 yards in the first race. It's allowance. Non-winners of 2 for 41,000 purse for the 3-year-olds and upward. That's what we have.
All right. So
you got that simulation board I can see.
Oh, don't I have it up there?
No, you don't.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Add to the stream. There we go.
There we go. Is the first race? Yep, it sure is. Okay. Looks like we got that 2 horse. It's going to be a 35% chance of getting the lead at the quarter pole. To my calculations, it has a very good chance of doing that, getting that lead. But there's a couple of the horses that might keep him in check. The 1 horse at 19%, and you got the 7 and 9 at 13 and 10%. We have the 1 horse when it comes to the odds. We have a 2, just slightly over 2 to 1, and the morning line is 4.5 to 1. And we look down there at that number 8. It's almost even money, and the morning line is 2.5 to 1 on that. So that's not a bad overlay for that also.
All right, so let's go to the sheet with the EP/LP, and you can see there that there's 2 front runners according to this sheet, the 2 and the 4. Let's take a look and see what the EP shows. Shows the 2 at least up there with the 7, and it's pretty competitive. There's nobody that's really out there. And the LPs looks like the 1's got the best LP numbers, along with the 8 and then the 7. And then we go to the EPLPs, and looks like the 8 has pretty nice. He's 3 points above the 1, and then the 7's falling right up. But this looks like a pretty competitive race to me. So if you want to go ahead and talk about what you like here.
Yeah, you're probably right. It is pretty competitive, but I still think there's 2 horses that they all have to beat, and that's between the 8 and the 4. The 4, I chose the 8 on top as my top choice. This horse drops in class today. Will be closing at the end, and the trainer gets 11% when he takes him from a sprint to a route. And then we got that 4 horse. That horse has had some tactical speed, so he could sit pretty close to the leaders. Ran second last time out. You got a hot jockey the last 7 days board, so why not? 7 is my third choice. He's one of the speed horses that will most likely pressure the 2, but you never know. He might find himself on the lead. The jockey gets 14% overall. He totally fits with this group. The 2 horse is the one that's going to be out there winging, I believe. Can he go wire to wire? There's the big question. It depends how much they push him or not push him. You got a hot jockey the last 7 days aboard. So I did a $4 exacta box, the 8 and the 4.
All right. And then let me go ahead and talk about mine. I like that 4, as you said, pretty good, the 4 and 8. I think it is between the 4 and an 8 in here. Unbridled Talent ran second versus similar in her last race and has the highest last speed rating. No Trust, the 8 drops in class today. Best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. The 1 Unbridled Fox, she may improve while returning to dirt. The Rail Post is winning 20% clip, and she has a trainer who wins 24% of the races in the second race after claiming a horse. Long Shot is the 2. Moon Days, she has a high percentage winning trainer who in the last 7 days has won 4 out of 16 starts with 3/3. good workout on June 23rd. I'm going to play a $2 daily double. I'm going to use the 4 and the 8 with the 3, 5, 6, and then 7. So anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at the second race.
Okay. Okay. Well, in the second race, it's 5 furlongs, maiden race for a purse of $36,000 for 2-year-olds. Here's a 2-year-old baby race, so you know how those go.
That's right. We don't really have anything to talk about here because none of them have been out. So we can just go right to our picks.
Right to the picks.
That's right.
Well, in this race, I like the 7. This horse's dam has 3 winners from 3 starters, and 1 stakes horse out of that. It's bred for this, the distance, the speed, everything running early. Maker gets 11% with first timers. And then the 5 horse, dam, has 2 winners from 2 starters. Bred very well. I mean, this horse is bred really good. The trainer gets 16% with first time starters. And then the 6 horse is my third choice in this race. The dam has 2 winners from 3 starters with solid works. But this horse is bred to go longer, so I don't know if this is more of a prep or not, but you never know. And then the 3 horse is my final choice here. Probably a price horse. The dam has 3 winners out of 3 starters, and one of them's a stakes horse, so she throws some good stock. And this horse is bred for speed and got some solid work. So for that price, if it stays around 20 to 1 or even 15, 10 to 1, might be worth it.
That's right. As you see, there's 4 of the horses were scratched in this race, which left left only 4 horses. I'm like you. I like the 7, as you said, first time starter, and the dam has 3 winners from 3 starters and a stakes winner. Has a high percentage winning jockey and a good workout on June 27th. The 5 is my second choice. Good looking, Injustice. He has 2 winners from 2 starters, and the breeding suits this distance today. Ship Captain and Crew is my third pick, the 6. He is a first-time starter whose dam has 3 winners, or 2 winners from 3 starters. High percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then the 3 is my long shot. Dam has 3 winners from 3 starters, and 3 of those were stakes winners. Trainer wins 31% of the sprints he has a horse entered in, and the breeding suits today's distance. I'm going to play a 50-cent pick 4. I'm going to use the 3, 5, 6, 7, which is all, with a 4, 5, and then I'm going to go all in the 4th race with the 4, 8. So
I'm just using only the 7 in this race, but I'm doing a small pick 4. Trying to hit it, with a small pick 4 because in the last leg, in the final leg, the 4th leg, it's only a 3-horse race, so I'm even singling there.
All right.
So
yeah. And the reason I didn't single in that last one is because every time I do that, when all the scratches happen, there's one of those other horses get me. So anyway, let's go on to the 3rd race and see what we have there. Okay.
Yeah, in the 3rd race, we have 1 mile and 70 yards, claiming price of $50,000. This is for 3-year-olds and upward. And when we come out to our simulation board here, a lot of horses in here have speed, okay? So we'll first say that. The 3 horse has a 33% chance of getting that lead at the quarter pole. But you know what? That 2 might have a say in that. There's a lot of speed in here. It wouldn't surprise me even if the 6 pushed it along a little bit.
Yeah.
So the simulation odds, we have the 1 horse slightly over even money, and the morning line is 5 to 1. And the 2's got a little overlay, slightly over 3 to 1, and we have 4.5 to 1 on the morning line. And that is it when it comes to overlays.
All right. Well, let's take a look at the LPs and that. It looks like that one's got the most speed. Let's see if the EP agrees with that. Yep, there's that 1 in front with the 3 running coming up, and then 5. LP's got a 5 on top there, but it's tied with the 2, so they're pretty darn close. And then here we go with this EPLP, and there's that 5 again. He's right up there, and it's got 2-point lead over that 2. So, yeah, it looks like it's a pretty competitive race to me. So, if you want to go ahead and talk about your horses, then we can go on from
Yeah,
there.
this is actually another competitive race. In my pick four, I did put all four of these horses. The two is my top choice, though. I mean, oh wait, excuse me. What did I put? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Excuse me. The five is my top choice. This horse has the tactical speed. One last time out. I personally believe there's a jockey upgrade on this horse. This is his third start after a layoff. The trainer gets 19% with that angle. And then the four horse is my second choice here. Uh, he won last time out, but this one will definitely be closing, I believe. Well bet last time, so that means they liked him last time. So look out. And then the two horse is my third choice. This horse ran second last time. The trainer gets 21%. Excuse me. The trainer gets 12%, and when he puts him in a route. So you got that going here, and he might like that extra distance. Every time you watch him run, it looks like he wants a little extra distance. So I think this might be about right for him. The one horse is my final choice here. Ran third last time out. The rail does get 20%, and it does have speed to get away from the rail and keep up with everybody.
Yeah, it looks like we got the like mind here. We got about exactly the same way, but I
Yeah.
like the 5 Yak as my first choice. He won his last race at Horseshoe Indianapolis, has the highest last race speed rating. Mulberry Street, the 4 is my second choice. Won his last race at Horseshoe Indianapolis as well, has a high percentage winner. Winning jockey. And the 2, Inherit Powers, is my third pick. Ran second versus similar in his last race. I like the 1 is Lord Barmna. As the long shot, finished third versus similar in his last race. Excuse me. Rail Post is winning 20% clip, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. No bet for me here.
Well, if Rich was here, I'd say he was stealing my picks. He was in there in my computer. But you know what? When you're here, I know it's great minds think alike. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I agree with you there. So, all right, well, let's move on to this fourth race and get this going here. We got a lot of races to do. So go ahead.
In the fourth race, we have a 6 furlongs, $15,000 claimer, non-winners of 2 lifetime. This is for 3-year-olds and upward. And in this race, it looks like it's between the 5 and the 8 that's going to try to get that lead. I personally think it's going to be the 8, but you know what? The 5 does have a shot at that, getting that lead at the quarter pole at 25%. The 8 is at 23%. And you do have that 1 at 17% and the 9 also.
All right.
But when it comes to odds, I don't know if we have any simulation odds. No overlays? Oh, yeah, we do. We have the 7.
Yeah.
Slightly, what is it? 4 to 5, and you got a 3 to 5 morning line, which is not too bad.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at this other sheet and see how they hold up. There's 3 horses there. It looks like they like to go to the lead. We'll see what that. Well, there's the 6 and the 8. The 1 going to the lead there. So, but you can see with the numbers, they're all pretty close. And the LP, we've got the 7, which you were talking about. With the 3, he's kind of tied with that 3. And then LP, we got that 8 on top. He's got the 2-point lead over that 7, and then followed up by that 3. So, all right, you want to go ahead and talk about what horses you like there?
Yeah, this is another interesting race. I think it was more wide open than not. I'm leaning towards the 2 here, and the 2 is definitely not going to be the favorite for sure. Tactical speed, back on dirt today. His third start after a layoff. Trainer gets 16% with that angle. He was well bet last time, but I actually think this horse has a shot, and especially if he could sit pretty close to those leaders, which I think he can, he could be very dangerous. The 8 is definitely dangerous. Ran second last time, has speed to steal this whole thing. Trainer gets 15% overall, so Can't overlook that. And then the 7 horse, another one with some, some speed, but not like super speed. I think he's more on the closing side. Ran 3rd last time out. Well bet. And then the 5 horse is my final choice here. A little bit of a price. Drops in class today. 2nd start after a layoff. Trainer gets 13% with that angle. So I think he totally fits with this group.
All right. Let me talk about which ones I like in this race. I like that 3, Do You Wanna Dance? He has won his debut race at Horseshoe Indianapolis, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 7, Brent Spence, finished 3rd versus similar in his last race as a favorite, but as a trainer wins 35% of the races when he brings a beaten favorite back to race again. I like the 8 as my 3rd pick. He ran 2nd versus similar to the last race. He has the highest last speed rating and a high percentage winning trainer. And then 2 is my long shot, finished 10th on the turf, but he was bumped during his last race at Horseshoe Indianapolis. Drops in class today and may improve while returning to the dirt. I have no bet here, so. Okay, I don't think.
The 5th race. Boy, the big field of the 5th race.
Yeah.
There's so many doggone scratches. It's like you've sat out in the swamp and you had mosquito bites. That's how many scratches you're going to have. Jeez. So you got a 3-horse field here going a mile on the 16th. It was supposed to be for the turf. Now it's going to be on the main track. So claiming price of 12.5, non-winners of 2 lifetime. There's not much to say in this race. Matter of fact, these charts don't even really say anything. But if you look at that, the 4 did have the best speed out of all of them before they were scratched.
Yeah.
To the lead at the quarter pole. So with that being said, we don't even really have to go to the other charts because he's the horse to beat.
Yeah, that's right.
If you could catch him, you got it. I mean, the other 2 are going to have to sit real close to him. And can they sit close? I don't think so, personally.
No.
I think it's over.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing is that if for some reason it has trouble getting out of that gate or, something happens, that might change what's happening.
Yeah.
In horse racing, as you know, you can never tell. So
that is true.
Yeah. So is there any more you want to say about this? These
Not really.
horses?
I mean, the Forest got all the speed. Most likely going to go wire to wire, and the other 2 horses are good closers that they have to sit close. They have to.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm saying that the 4, as you said, he drops in class today too, and he has a trainer wins 37% of the races.
Yeah.
In the 2nd route race that he has a horse entered in, and he has a really good jockey. And then of course there's the 8 best dirt speed, but we're not on the turf, so it doesn't really matter with that. And then the 2. So I guess that's about all we can say about that. Boy, they just kind of really scratched a lot of races or a lot of horses in this race. So anyway, so let's just move right on to that 6th race and see what's going on there.
Okay, in the 6th race, we have another 6 furlong race. This is for maiden claiming for $10,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. And then in this race, well, especially with it being maiden, it's still kind of hard to tell, but that 4 does have a 59% chance of getting the lead at the quarter pole. I would probably have to agree with that a little bit. Is anyone going to push her, I should say? I mean, maybe the 8, a little bit of 17, but you might have a couple others that might want to try it. And then simulation odds, you have that 2 horse. We have it at 7-1, and the morning line is 15-1. You have pretty much the 3 at almost even money, and you got even money, a little over even money on morning line. And the 7, slightly over 3-1, and we got a morning line of 8-1 on that. So that's a nice overlay on that one.
It is. All right. Well, let's take a look at our EPs. We got the one out there in front to start with. Let's see what the EP shows. Yep, there's the 1 with the 8 coming next, and then in the LP we have the 3, 2, 8. The 1 drops way back down. So let's see what this EP LP shows. All right, it shows that 3 right up there, and it's got the 2 second. But look at that, 3's got about a 7-point lead over the rest of these horses. So, all right, would you like to go ahead and talk about your horses now?
Yeah, this race. Let's put it this way: they're not very good horses in this race. They really are not that good. The best one, in this race. Are you in a race? I was gonna say you got the one. In this race, there's really only one horse here that is probably the best, and it's going to be tough to beat. And it's that 3. Let's put it this way: if the 3 gets beat here, then this 3 is not going to be worth anything later on. So, uh, drops in class, tactical speed. Trainer gets 14% first after when he puts first time in the claiming ranks. So let's see what this horse could do. The 1 horse is my second choice. Drops in class, got some tactical speed. Third start after a layoff. The trainer does get 30% with that angle, so look out for that. The 1 horse maybe, and then the 8 horse. Well bet last time. The trainer gets 20% when he takes him from a straight maiden to a maiden claiming. That's what we got going here. And he drops it in class too. So why not? And then the 7 horse for me, this horse will be closing. And basically, he's the best of the rest. I mean, the rest of these horses, I would have a very hard time putting money on.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why I went $20 win bet on the 3 on this race.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go. I like the 3 as well. Enchanted Melody drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, and her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. The 7, Far's last one, she has a high percentage winning jockey, and she's a closer, so the increase in distance may help her. And then the number 1 is my third choice, My Boys. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 37% of the races when he has an entry that's been off for the 3rd race in a row after a layoff. And then I like the 2 as my long shot. Drops in class today and has a high percentage winning trainer. I didn't make a bet in this race. I saved my money for later on. So anyway, so listen, if you like what you see here, we'd love for you to go ahead and subscribe on YouTube and hit that little bell so that you find out or see what, are notified when we have our shows, whatever comes up. And we also like you to go to our social sites, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at the Horse Race, the number 2 day, and give us a likes and or thumbs up. That helps with our algorithms. And I'll let you know that today, Guaranteed Tips Sheet, the free track is Delta Downs. And if you like playing sports like baseball and making bets there, you can go to the Professor. He does a very good job. Both those links at the bottom of this page. So, all right. So let's move right along to the 7th race. And
7th race was another race that was supposed to be on the turf. Mile and a 16th. This is for maidens though, so they put it on the main track. Maidens, purse for $34,000 for fillies, 3-year-olds. In this race, there was only a couple scratches, even though they left the turf. So that tells me all these trainers really like their horses, no matter what track they put them on. And a lot of these horses are bred for turf. But you have the 10 horse, 48% chance of getting that lead at the quarter pole. Probably, most likely, we'll do that. But you know what? Look out for that 8. I think that 8 is another one that might try to get that lead. I think which one ever breaks the best probably will have that lead. I think that's how good the 8 is also. And when it comes to simulation odds, looks like the 8 itself, look slightly over 3-1. We have a 6-1 morning line on that. So that's not a bad overlay on that.
All right. Well, let's look here at the EP LP sheet. We can see as EP, the 10 looks like it's got a little bit of an edge over the 8 and the 4. We go with the LP, and then we've got here, looks like the 1 comes in next with the 9 and then the 4. And then on the EP LP, we look here, look at that 4 and that 9 are there. So those those horses look like the best bet is if you're playing that kind of a thing. So anyway, so if you want to go ahead and talk about your horses.
Yeah, in this race, you know what? I'm going to go with a first-time starter that we have no data on, which is the 5.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
wow.
this horse is bred for this. Nice, it's very well bred. Cox gets 19% of first timers. You got, Cox has been hot the last 14 days, so why not in this situation? The 9 horse is my second choice here. This horse ran even last time out. This horse's second start after a layoff. Walsh gets 20% with that angle. That's excellent, and he's an excellent trainer. Second start with Lasix. I like that angle a lot also. So that makes the 9 a little on the dangerous side. The 7 horse, I think, has a little bit of that tactical speed. He might be that scary speed that doesn't show up anything. McPeak gets 14% overall. The jockey gets 12% overall. The 8 horse, we've already talked about that horse a little bit about having the speed, one of them out in front. This horse drops in class today. He's got a hot jock the last 7 days, and this horse does cut back in distance. So it makes him a little on the dangerous side. But I'm going with a pick 5, and I'm going to single that 5 here. And then I'm going to go with my top 3 picks. I have that single and the third leg of it. And then I'm hitting an all button because there's not many horses in that race, so might as well. Plus, it's a maiden. And then I'm finally going my top 3 picks on the final leg.
All right. So for me in this race, I like the 5 Versity. I think that's Versify. She was purchased for $625,000. Her breeding suggests she will like the grass. She has of course, we're not on the grass, so it doesn't really matter. She has a high percentage winning trainer and a bullet workout on June 23rd. Beck and Call, the 9 is my second choice, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. It wasn't me as my third choice, the 1 horse. She drops in class today. The rail posts win a 20% clip, and she has a high percent of a winning trainer. Rosie's Tomorrow is my long shot. The 8 drops in class, can improve at shorter distance, and has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to play a 50-cent pick 5. I'm going to play the 5 and the 9 with the 1, 3, 6, and 10, with the 3 as a single, with the 4, 9, and then in the 11th, I'm going to use the 2, 5, 8, and I'm going to bet $10 a win on the number 5 in this race. Okay. So, all righty. So let's go on and move on to this 8th race. So, all right, moving on to the 8th here. There we go. So,
okay, in this race, we have a 6 furlongs. This is the stakes race. It's for state breds only, and for fillies, 3-year-olds and older, and they're going for a purse of $100,000. In this race, the simulation board, you have that 3 that looks like the speed of the race for at least the first quarter at 33%, and I probably have to agree with that. I think this is definitely one of them that's going to be going out there. I think the other one that'll be pushing that horse or even have a chance to be on that lead is that 10 at 22%, getting that lead at the quarter pole. Now, when we talked about odds, the 3 itself, about 3 to 1. Morning line is 4.5 to 1. And it looks like the 12 is another one. Oh, no, excuse me, 11 first at 8 to 1. Morning line 10. And the 12 at 2, slightly over 2 to 1. We got 3.5 to 1 on the morning line on that one.
All right, so we'll go to the other sheet, and I've got we have a late scratch in here, the 13, so I'm going to get rid of that and fix this right here. All right, so if we take a look at that EP, we've got the 3 is on top, but look at those numbers. Look how close all those numbers are between the 6 all the way up to the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty close. So then we're going to go and see what the LP shows. It shows that 1 on top with the 12 and then the 4. And then the EPLP is they're really competitive here. Look at this. Let's see, between the first.
Well, and actually, if at least, I mean, the first what eight
Yeah.
horses, 7 horses are very competitive.
Yeah, it is. So it's a competitive race, that's for sure. So you want to go ahead and talk about what you like in here and
Yeah, with us
why?
saying that it's a competitive race, this is my long shot pick of the day.
All
I
right.
don't have long shots that I mean as a pick of the day that often, but this one I kind of like the 7 horse here. This horse won the last 2 times. This horse has got some speed to stay real close to him. He has that tactical speed. He's bred very well. The trainer gets 22% with non-graded stakes. So why not that 7? I'm going to say watch out for that horse. The 10 horse, one of the speed horses that we talked about earlier, uh, is back on dirt today. He was well bet last time out. You got a hot jockey in the last 7 days board. And then the 12, another speed horse or semi-speed. This horse is ran third last time out. Trainer gets 28% when he's 46 plus days of rest. So you got a nice fresh horse here that might even sit just close enough and make one big run at the end. And then that 3 horse is probably your top speed horse, hot jockey trainer in the last 14 days, ran second last time out. So I think it's between the 3 and the 10 in the front end. And I think, I think the 7 and 12 might sit right there like third or fourth, and who does what. And what I did is I did a try box here, all 4 of my picks. And then I'm doing a $5 win ticket on that 7. I'm personally, I mean, this is on our budget. I'm going to even go across the board on here on this horse. I think this horse has got a shot, especially I think he's going to stay right around those odds, 8-1. He might go down to 6, but that'd be about it.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. And as you can see with the numbers there, this is a pretty wide open race. As Charles and I have come, 6 of the horses between the 2 of us. So anyway, I like in this race the 10, Speedy Delivery. She has finished in the money in 5 out of the last 6 starts, winning 3 of those. That's pretty darn good. She tried turf without success, but now it's not onto turf, so we're returning to dirt. Well, I guess this was a dirt race all the time.
Yeah, all along it was dirt, yeah.
And so it's good for her. She likes the dirt, I think, better than the turf. And she's at a distance that she's won 3 out of 3 starts, so she likes this distance. The 3, Proatic Verse, she's finished second in her last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 1 is my third pick, finished in the money in her 6 career starts, winning 4 of those. So she's really competitive and has a bullet workout on June 21st. The 6, Cactus Flower, finished in the money in 10 out of 11 starts at Horseshoe Indianapolis, so likes the track. She won 3 of those, and she likes this distance. I'm going to play 50-cent pick 4. I'm going to play the 1, 3, 6, 10. I wish I put the 7 in there. Anyway, and then I'm going to single the 3, and then I'm going to use the 4, 9, and then use the 2, 5, and 8.
All right.
Okay, so and you've already talked about yours, so let's just go ahead and move on to that next race, which is the 9th race.
Yeah.
And take a look at that.
Okay, this is another 6 furlong state bred stakes race for $100,000. This is for 3-year-olds and older for the boys. So the leaderboard here, the 2, 69% chance of having that lead at the quarter pole. And you got a couple of them that might want to push the horse, maybe the 3 and the 4. But I definitely see that 2 out there winging it. When it comes to simulation odds, we have the 3 at 2-1, and the morning line is 6-1. And then we have the 4 at almost 2-1, and the morning line is 4-1 on that. And that's the only overlays that we have on the board.
All right, so let's move right along here and take a look at the EP-LP sheet. We can see here that EPs, it looks like the 2 likes to be out there, and with the 4 and the 7. And then if we go with the LP, we can see that the 11, 12, and 5, Yeah, it's very competitive. You look here; there's really not much difference between all of these horses. And then in the EPLP, again, they're very close and competitive. This is a very competitive race, it appears to me. So anyway, if you want to talk about why you like what you like, we could do that. Okay.
Yeah, and here in the ninth race, my best bet of the day, the 4. One last time out. I believe there's a jockey upgrade on this horse. I think he has the perfect tactical speed to sit and wait right behind the 2, possibly the 3, and sit like third or fourth and just pounce when he has to do it.
Oh, yes, it is.
So I think this horse is ready to rock and roll. The 2 horses, my second choice here. This horse has definitely got the speed. He's going to be on the front end. Well bet last time. He's back on dirt. You got a hot jockey the last 7 days aboard. And then the 3 horse is my third choice. This horse has got tactical speed. You must toss out that last race. That makes him look bad, but all the rest of the races before that was really good. You drops in class today. You got a hot trainer the last 14 days with that horse, so why not? And then the 5 horse is my final pick in that race. A little bit of a price horse. This horse will be closing at the end. Last time he ran fourth. Why fourth? I'm thinking that's a good. He only got beat by a length and a quarter. Hot jockey trainer combo in the last 14s with that horse, but I believe it's the 4 horse is my best bet of the day. Just like, and I think it was the what race was it? The 6th race was my second best bet of the day.
All right, so that's interesting. I'll tell you, I like the in this race. I like the 3. That's my best bet of the day. You know, he did do. He did
battle
do
of the best
the battle of
bets.
the best bets. Yeah, he did do bad last race, but it was a grade 1 contest.
Yeah,
And now he dropped. Yeah, now he drops back down to the contest he can compete in. He has the best dirt speed of today's starters and a high percentage winning jockey. I like the 8 as my second pick. He has finished in the money in 9 out of 10 starts at Horseshoe Indianapolis. He won 5 of those, ran second in his last race as the favorite. But this trainer wins 33% of the races when bringing the beaten favorite back to race again. Nobody listens. The 2 is my third pick. He has won 10 out of 22 career starts. That's pretty darn good. Only losing the last race by a neck and returning to dirt should benefit him. And then the 6, my long shot, won his last race at Horseshoe Indianapolis and has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to bet $10 to win on the 3. And your 4, this was a hard race for me, except for my 3. But your 4 is my first alternate. So there we go.
Well, I guess this is going to be for bragging rights tomorrow, right?
It is.
This race, right?
That's right. So let's go ahead and go right on to the 10th race.
Okay. In the 10th race, we have 1 mile. It was originally supposed to be the turf, but now they're on the dirt course. It's for maidens, straight maidens for a purse of $34,000. They're for 3-year-olds and upward. In this race, the simulation odds and leaderboard got some. You have a lot of speed in this race, I think. You have the 3, 25% chance of getting that lead, but the 7, 28% chance. And to be right down honest with you, don't put away that 8. The 8 even has a shot at getting the lead. And I think the 9 has some scary speed, so watch out for the 9. Simulation odds. We have, what do we have here? Do we have anything? The 10, 2-1. Morning lines 12-1. Of course, that might change a little bit because there was a lot of scratches in this race. So we'll see if that's going to be an overlay or not.
All right. And then we got some comments here, and I'm not quite sure what Rich is saying. He's saying something about fade that one too. And then he says, listen to Terry, fade the Boopa.
Oh, okay. So basically he's saying your best bet is the best bet and everyone go against me.
All right.
Of course he's against me. Because I tear him up every time when we go one-on-one, and he messes up every time.
Yeah, that could be true there. All right. Well, listen, I'm going to go and let's take a look at what the sheet says here as far as the EP. LP in that. We're going to take a look at this first column. Look how competitive everything is here. But you got the 8, 9, 4, and 10 right there.
A couple of first timers.
Yeah. And then we're going to go with the LP. There's the 10, 4, 8, and 9. And then let's see. Am I on the right race here?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Just seemed odd to me for some reason. So there we go with the last part here with the 8, 4, 10, and 9 again. So, all right. So if you want to go ahead and talk about.
Well, I'm going to go with my top 2 picks are going to be first-time starters.
Okay.
I mean, let's start with the 3 as my top choice. This horse is bred for turf, which they're not getting today. But this horse has got some solid works. Walsh gets 10% with first timers, and he's leaving this horse in the race when this horse is bred for the turf. So it makes me think that he thinks this horse has got a lot of talent. And the 7 horse is my second choice, another one that is bred 100% for turf and to go long. So at least he's getting the long part. Hot trainer last 14 days, solid works. They're leaving him in. It's supposed to be bred for turf. And then the 9 horse is my third choice here. This horse drops in class today. Definitely got some speed. I really do think he's the scary speed. He might be pushing them along a little bit. Hot jockey last 7 days. Maker gets 17% when he rests them 90 plus days. And then the 10 horse is my final choice here. He's got some tactical speed. He's back on the dirt today, and he'll definitely be closing at the end.
All right. So, well, let me tell you what I like here in this race. I like the 4, We Will Conquer. He ran second versus similar on the dirt in his only start. May improve while trying grass. Well, not trying grass. The dam has 6 winners from 7 starters, and the long distance can help, I think, as he seems to be a closer. Number 9, What a Blast. My second pick, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning jockey who in the last 7 days has a record of 20 starts with 7 wins, 2 seconds, and a good workout on June 23rd. Coach Petro is number 8, my third pick, has an early foot, so the shorter distance may help, and he figures to improve. Well, doesn't matter. We're not going to go to the turf, are we? And
No.
then I didn't even with all these darn scratches, and a lot of them came late. I didn't change some of my comments, but anyway. And then my long shot is the 10, and I was going to say he has the best turf speed, but it doesn't matter. So
yeah, I mean, some of these things you kind of have to throw out, but once again, as a trainer, and you have a horse that has either ran very well on turf,
yeah,
and you're being taken off turf, your owners will look at you if you keep them on the dirt. So you should know something that either A, it's got talent, and you want to try it on dirt because he does very well or she does very well in the mornings, or B, there's not many horses and you want to pick up some of the piece of the pie. So.
Yep. And as you see, neither of us have a bet here. So, and I'm going to take a few minutes here to talk about, well, we started today early because both of I and Charles had something we had to attend to. So we needed to get this over. Plus, it was a 12-race card. And I'd like to say, if you like what you see here, please subscribe on YouTube. We'd like to try to get to 10,000 subscribers this year, which will help us get more tools so we can do more for you folks at home. And please subscribe and hit the bell. Go to our social sites such as Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Give us a thumbs up and like. And you can get there by saying the horse race today, the number 2 day. And then tonight, Jamie and Sean are going to have a pretty good show, it looks like to me. It's going to have Mindy Coleman. She's a Jockeys Guild attorney and advisor. So, that'd be a great show to ask questions if you have things to think about. And then tomorrow, Charles and I will be back around 11:15 a.m., I would imagine, Eastern.
Is that what time it is then?
That's my time for me. So it'd be
Oh,
2:15 p.m.
2:15. Yeah.
Eastern time to do parks racing, or not parks in
And one of us is going to have bragging rights.
Yeah, I know. I think it's going to be me, but
And I think Rich should be shining whoever's shoes. That's what I think. I think that should be the bet.
yeah.
The winner gets yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to this 11th race and take a look at that. So, anyway.
All right, the 11th race. What we got going here is a 5.5 furlong state fillies allowance race. Non-winners of 3. Purse is $43,000.
All right.
And in this race, we have a simulation board here. The 1 has a 50% chance of getting the lead at the quarter pole, but the 8 has a 42% or basically a 43% chance. So it is between those two. You know what? I personally think that the 8 might just sit just off of the 1 and push the 1 a little bit and then take over after the quarter pole, but that's how I see it. Simulation odds here, it looks like slightly the 5 at 5-1. You got a 6-1 morning line on this horse. And then the 7, you got 6-1, and the morning line is 8-1 on that horse. So not a bad overlays, but not too big either.
All right. Well, let's take a look at this other sheet, which is a really good sheet. Nobody else has this sheet. Rich works really hard to get this put out for you folks. And, if you like what you see here, you should give us a comment and tell Rich how you feel about it. Anyway, if we look
I got some comments for Rich, but we can't say it on air.
Let's look at the EP. You can see there that 1 and that 8 like to be out front. So, and they're pretty close. The points are 91 and 90. So that's pretty nice. And then the 2 looks like a good LP horse along with the 8. So the 8's still up there. And then if we look at the EPLP, there, look at that 8 though. That 8 with that 2 and then the 5. They're all very competitive. As you can see here, the numbers, other than the 7, are pretty far up there. The 7 is the only really deep closer. So, all right. So, what do you think about how does your?
Well, I think, like I said, I think the 8 will push the 1 a little bit. The 8 does have decent closing speed, so I think if the 8 takes over right after the quarter pole, if he could get a decent lead, I think it's going to be tough to beat. Drops in class today. You got a trainer that gets 28% with a 46+ days rest. You got a well-rested horse here, though. And this horse last time out was well bet. So look out. And then the 6 is my second pick here. 1 last time out. It's got some tactical speed. Hot jockey the last 7 days. So look out for that horse. The 2 horse, as shown on the charts back there, drops in class today. This horse definitely would be closing. And even on the charts, it says pretty much what that horse does. He was the best one closing. He adds blinkers today, so they're trying to keep this horse focused. Trainer gets 16% with 46+ days. And then the 7 horse is my final pick here. A little bit of a price. Second start after a layoff. Cuts back in distance, but is it too much of a cutback? That's one question. From 1.16 to 5.5 furlongs, most likely is a little bit too much. But hey, the trainer knows best, I guess.
Yep. And look here, Rich says boopa, 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 boopa.
See, Rich, he needs help.
So anyway, all right. Well, you can see here that this looks like another competitive race because we've got 6 out of the 8 horses between the 2 of us as picks here. So let me tell you what I like in here. I like the 8, as you do. Imagine the Moon. She finished 6th in her last race and drops in class today. Her best start speed is fastest among today's starters. And then Brittany's Golden Faith, the number 2, finished 3rd versus Tupper in her last race, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 19% of the races allowance races he has an entry in, and blinkers are added today to keep her mind on business. Then number 5, break up with Tito's, ran third versus in her last race at Hollywood. Yeah, that's a long time ago, isn't it?
Man, we're back at Hollywood now, Terry.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Dang.
Anyway, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. And the 4 Z's Lucky Girls, my long shot. She won her last race at Horseshoe Indianapolis and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No bet for me because I'm out of money. So,
all right,
let's finish up. Go to this 12th race.
Oh, that's that quarter horse.
That's right. And you don't. I guess you look at that quarter horses, but you don't. That's not your favorite, is it?
No, and no, it really isn't. I mean, there you have to hang out at the track. You have to know what. See, all trainers there as quarter horses, they train. One thing for sure, number one, is to break out of the gate and the fastest you can.
Yeah.
Now, they do worry, but don't get me wrong by saying this, but they don't really worry if they don't break out super straight, Yeah. And they have to give it all the way. Other than that, they put blinkers or they'll put shadow rows, sometimes tongue ties or whatever to control the horse. But that's how they're built to run, and just built to run that short distance. A thoroughbred is different. Yeah, you still want to break great, but you want to break straight.
Yeah.
You want to be able to pace yourself and all that stuff. There's a lot more to it. But here you have to know the ins and outs. You must know trainers. You should be hanging out at the track and seeing these horses all the time to understand them a little bit better.
Yeah, and as you look here at these simulated odds, of course, it looks like that 4 is going to be a really short prices. It's way down. It's like 2 to 5. But if you can get, and I don't think you're going to get this, but if you can get 8 to 5 on it, that's a good bet. And then look at the 5. That 5 is supposed to have been simulated odds 5 to 1. It's 15 to 1. So, and I don't know if anything's going on with this. Nope, because of quarter horses, you can't do anything with that. I'm going to talk about why I like them and tell you what's going on. For me, I like quarter horses myself. I used to play them all the time at Bay Meadows, and before they got rid of that track, they used to have quarter horse race meet there. So anyway, I like the 4. Finished in the money in the last 10 starts and won 7 of those. I mean, what can you go wrong there? That's pretty good. Then the 3 Oscar Mike is my second choice, won 2 races in a row and is now going for a hat trick. I lucked out. The number 7 finishing the money in his last 3 races at Horseshoe Indianapolis, and he ran second his last race. The 2 is my long shot. He has finished in the money and his last 10 starts, winning 2 of those. Now, I changed my bet. Originally, I had a dollar key box exacta with the 4 and then put all. And it was a $16 ticket. I changed that because of all the scratches earlier, and I wanted to change a lot of the different races. But for me, that's what I'm going to bet, is I'm going to take the 4 as in a key box, exact $1, and do it with all. And I've done that a lot in my betting, and it works out a lot of times. A lot of times, some big long shot will win, and that hard favor runs second, and you get a pretty nice exacta ticket. So there you go, folks. It's been a good one. As far as I'm concerned, I guess we should show all of our picks again. Let me get to the right screen here, and here we go. There we go with all our picks. I get it up there? Yeah, I did. So
well, you got to scroll down a little bit to get all of them.
Yeah, I do. Yep. Here we go. Still learning this thing here.
There you go.
Did we get them all in?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All righty. Anyway, there's all our picks. And as I said before, please subscribe on YouTube for this and hit that little bell so you can find some of our programs. Not only do we have programs in the evenings, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday usually, but we have Foreign Fridays with Thomas and Rich. Sometimes we have a Saturday thing, and sometimes we have, if there's a big race day, we'll have something on like a Thursday night. You just never know what's going to happen with us. We're always trying to make things come and work out well. And I have no other things to say. How about you? You got anything
No,
else to say, Charles?
that's about it. All I know is Rich will be shining somebody's shoes tomorrow. I'll be one of ours, and that's about it. Nice weather out there now, I think, officially, finally. So,
Yeah. Then look at here. Rich says Bupa mistook a quarter horse for a riding pony as a child, fell, and has never been the same.
I've never been the same. I just anti.
Yeah.
No, I think they're beautiful animals. I've actually gone and bet the quarter horses, and I even worked with a quarter horse trainer before I became one. I worked with him for about a year and a half and learned what they did with the quarter horses also. So I wanted to learn all the ins and outs.
Well, I love the 870-yard quarter horse races. Those are, just under a half mile.
Uh-huh.
And they're fun to watch. You can, especially a lot of times, what they'll do at the county fairs here is they'll mix quarter horses and thoroughbreds in those.
Oh yeah,
70s, and so it's very interesting to watch. So.
Well, it was very beneficial to me. I mean, because when I went to thoroughbreds to train, I used a lot of that quarter horse training of breaking out the gate with my thoroughbreds.
Yeah.
And my horses popped the gate every time really well. So, and then I had a couple of them that were big time speed horses. So it worked out well by learning how their techniques and all the angles they do and all that stuff. Believe it or not, I worked with a little bit of a harness trainer, and boy, there's some medicine that you need to learn about legs, how to keep their legs all nice and firm and ready, strong.
Yeah, all right. Hey, there's somebody that says Flash Score 53. Hello, how are you today? It says, hello, who will be the winner you trust the most for today's predictions? Are made for 6 races in turkeys, and at least one winner must be found in order to play. So, I already said mine was in the 9th race, and number 3 in the 9th, and yours is also.
My best bet is in the 9th, also the 4. Yeah. But my second best bet is in the 6th. The 6th is the 3.
Yeah,
the 3 horse in the 6th. And I do have a long shot today. I really think this horse could hit the board for sure, if not win it in that 8th race, that 7. I'm seeing a price here. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's true. And then I had another one here, but unfortunately I can't find it right now. But
that's it for me. Those 2 horses, the 3 and the 6th, and the 4 and the 9th. And then the long shot in the 8th race, the 7th.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see something here. Yeah, the other one I liked was in the 7th race. I liked the 5 horse. So.
Yeah.
All righty.
All right.
So, anyway, all right. Well, listen. Just about ready to go with this race. There's 4 minutes to post time. But okay, and then. Last score said, thank you. Hand pinking wave. I guess his wave. Sometimes it doesn't work. It just tells you that, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's cooling down here. I hope it cools down where you're at, Charles. And hope everybody does well today if you're betting at these places. Here's Flash Score says, good luck to us. Good luck to you too, Flash Score 53. And I just hope everybody stays safe, and tell your honeys and people that you love how you feel about them. You never know what's going to happen from day to day. So anyway, I guess we both got to get going here. We got things we have to do. So I'm going to say to you, no matter what you're doing, no matter how things are going for you or how you want things to turn out, I hope that everything you want ends up in the
winner circle.
All right. Goodbye, folks.
All right. See ya.